All right. Hey, Renato, what's going on? All right. I gotta actually get off the live for a second. I'll pause you guys. I forgot to send the notification out. Duh. I gotta send the notification. Um, part two, no replay. And let me provide the link for actually no. YouTube. IG and Facebook group. Alrighty. So, hey to the one person in the room right now. It's Unique Divination, and I'm getting ready to start part two of my Introduction to Tarot workshop. Let me get back on Instagram. Hey, Charisse, how are you, love? So I'm getting ready to do a free workshop. I already was on for about an hour doing free readings. And if you text the word mystic, MYSTIK, to 31996, you'll get notifications to know whether I'm live, doing free readings, or whether it's a free workshop. So a lot of you guys are getting confused. And so to avoid the confusion, just go ahead and text mystic to 31996, and you'll know whether it's a workshop or whether it's free reading, right? Because I just sent out the notification for both, right? Because I'm trying to look out for everybody, okay? My little one and my husband, they went fishing. So I took this opportunity to go live because, oh, yeah, I'm adopting my nephew. Whew, that's my baby, man. But he got so much energy. So I got to find times to do stuff when he's not around, right? Oh, my goodness. I haven't had a little kid around since my kids were little, man. My kids are 15 and going to be 14 years old. So got some ginger beer going on. So how you guys doing? How you guys making out? How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing good. We're going to get through this workshop. So we left off on slide 59 at, well, actually, yeah, we left off on upright and reversals, right? We went through a lot. We went through the Fool's Journey. We went through the minor arcana, the major arcana. We went through upright and reversals. And so we're going to go start off with the four suits, right? Oh, wait, it's telling me my session's expired. Hold on, y'all. I got to refresh my stuff. All right, it took me back to slide one. Come on, come on. All right, so the four suits. We're starting with wands, right? So as far as wands, if we want to have a physical description, their hair tends to be blonde, red, or brown. Eyes tend to be blue and green. Skin complexion is fair, maybe olive skin. Body type could be lean and muscular, medium build, medium height. Wands, all right, this suit, dealing with tarot, represents the middle class. It represents new growth. It represents upwardly mobile. Quality, serves multiple purposes. Multi-purpose tool for those not rich enough. Struggle and hardship. Endurance. Doesn't indicate that there's a struggle, but they can weather the storm. More so internal struggles than external struggles. Battles more so than with other people. Passionate, has a lot of desires. Wands are very restlessness, hot-tempered, athletic, and they pretty much are the movers and the shakers, and they can change the world without being fearful. And Wands deals with travel and adventure. Wands has the benefit of pride of place as they are the first suit of the 56 card deck. And so because of this, Wands have the high up position in the whole tarot card deck, and it stands out as one of the most important. Wands represent the birth of an idea or a concept, as also purpose and growth. Wands point out circumstances that are in the very early stages of progress. For the most part, those that are confined to the sphere of thought and have not developed further than thought. Wands also represent action, aggression, and the will to do. So, Wands are the ideas that never actually come into fruition, which will work. That's dealing with Pentacles. All right. Hey, Angelica. IG wasn't working. I'm sorry. Welcome to the YouTube. It said I had a poor connection on Instagram for some reason. I have no idea why. Next, we're going to get into cups, right? People, if it's ever represented, by cups, their hair tends to be blonde, eyes tend to be blue and gray, skin complexion. Oh, actually, wait, what? Oh, no, okay. Skin complexion from pale to olive, body type round and soft, short to medium height. Cups represent religion or things you have a deep passion for, people who impact your heart, the heart of others, things that will fill or empty one's spirit or soul. Romantic or poetic ideas, appeal to her or spirit, inner drive or passion, divine love, searching for beauty, sorrow and bliss, nostalgia, passion, someone or something that the heart is vested in, right? Cups is most often associated with feelings and emotions. This is associated with positive traits such as affectionate, caring, gentle, gracious, and patient. On the negative side, traits like escapist, frail, introverted, lazy, and over-emotional reflect on this. The cup suit is also called the suit of cauldrons, vessels, goblets, and chalices in different versions of the tarot decks. Its counterpart in the Anglo-American playing cards is the suit of hearts. It's said to be of the water element and is linked to astrology signs like Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. In the course of tarot reading, if Cups cards appear, it may be interpreted as a strong surge of feelings. It's also associated with emotions, psychic abilities, and fantasy. If the spread is predominantly made up of cups, then it can result in the blossoming of a new relationship or a friend for the querent. It can even mean involvement in a project one is passionate about. If the cup cards show up in reverse, it can mean a tendency towards moodiness and emotions such as anger, jealousy, and sadness. The dominance of reverse cup tarot cards can result in the souring of a friendship or tension between family and friends. All right. Next, we're going to get into Pentacles. All right, physical description. Hair tends to be dark brown and black. Eyes tend to be brown. Skin complexion from olive skin to black. Body type muscular or solid type build. Common person. All right, Pentacles represent a common person. Day-to-day concerns and affairs. Mundane, regular, ordinary things. Earthly physical concerns. Hardworking person. Sabotage with indulgence and meaningless luxury. Beggar, banker, or thief. The long, slow path to wealth. Long-lasting relationships. Money possessions. Shelter. Material wealth. Pension, land, home. Social interactions and responsibilities. Generosity, greed, sharing. Put food on the table to make ends meet. Day-to-day concerns. Bills, health. Study the future. Pentacles is usually associated with the material aspect of the querent's life. It can mean that the querent is dependable, driven, generous, hardworking, and practical. On the darker side, this can mean that the person has negative traits such as being obsessive, pessimistic, rigid, and uncompromising. The coin suit is also called Pentacles, Disc, Cash, or Gold in different versions of the tarot deck. Its counterpart is the diamonds in the playing cards. It's said to be connected to the earth element and the astrological signs such as Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Like Earth, the suit of pentacles is all about abundance, health, luxury, and material possessions. You can rely on this suit if you want to know more about the fortune of a person. During a tarot reading, if the suit of coins appears, it can be associated with the querent's finances, possessions, accomplishments, business, and home. In a deeper reading, it can also represent the intangible qualities such as one's personal values and beliefs, as well as his or her self-worth. The usual question people ask when the coins are dominant in a spread is about financial stability. This card should be interpreted as the path to prosperity and achieving one's personal goals. In itself, the coin tarot card does not have to mean money. It's what you value the most in life to help you achieve your true destiny. If it appears in reverse, it can mean material loss, but more so compromised values. For instance, it can mean the querent is overwhelmed with the need to gain more riches. It may signify discontent, which leads to materialism and greed. It is, however, important to remember that the pentacle is a long-term suit. It's all about creation rather than temporary pursuit of excitement. So this is it for the long haul. Wands is kind of fast-paced. Pentacles is more of a slow grind, right? Swords is next. All right. Description of a person that may, be a swords, probably court cards. Hair tends to be black, can also mean colored, often in cold and bold colors. Eyes tend to be blue, skin complexion fair and pale, body type skinny, long, and tenuous. Nobility, control, and power is represented by swords, may refer to someone of high birth, leadership, and power. Like, for instance, the royals, any type of royals, situation changing violently for querents, school of the heart knocks, big ideas, intellectual pursuit, debate, creativity, and enter the sciences. Swords is usually associated with the mind, with thinking, communication, and business. In contrast to the wands, the swords and tarot cards are also known as the most challenging of the four suits, not only to interpret, but in terms of life difficulties, right? The element associated with swords is air, and so pertains to the mind. As we all know, the mind can be the hardest part of us to control or define. With this suit, we explore the challenge that often comes with an overactive mind or intellect, and thus affect aspects of our lives, from our relationship to career and others. The four court cards often represent people in our lives. People who are often one of the three air signs in astrology, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius people, are represented by the page, knight, queen, and king. During a tarot card reading, if the suit of sword appears, it can be associated with a challenge, an argument, a heartbreak, a forceful person. Maybe you conflict with the truth, stuck in your own rigidity, or in the midst of a legal battle. Whatever your situation is, the swords will teach you valuable lessons. If it appears in reverse, we would be stuck in a rut or in the decision-making process. Perhaps we're hiding something important, like a secret relationship. Remember, communication is key here. Swords represent communication. Now we're going to go ahead and go through the Ace of Tens. The Ace of Tens. The Ace of Tens. Hey, Beyonce eating tacos. I like that name. That's cute. All right, so what each number represents according to tarot. Aces deals with birth, potential, new ideas, projects, early stages, gift, and insight. Twos deal with duality, balance, receptivity, attraction, choice, waiting. Threes represent increase, cooperation, fruitfulness, growth, creativity, expression, expansion. Fours represent stability, security, structure, organization, evidence of a strong foundation. Fives represents challenge, instability, problems, fluctuation, loss, changes. Six represents harmony, peace, comfort, healing, recovery, gaining stability, relaxation, adjustment, assessment, questioning, spirituality, discovery, knowledge, faith, independence, and individuality. One of my live and Facebook on my iPad might die, y'all. I'm sorry. I've got it plugged up. I don't know what's going on. Sevens, did I just read? Oh, sevens deal with assessment, questioning, spirituality, discovery, knowledge, faith, independence, individuality. 8s deal with movement or lack of movement, progress, self-motivation, accomplishment, courage, and fortitude, right? 9s deal with nearing the end of a cycle, achievement, awakening, self-knowledge. 10s deal with endings, beginnings, or the pause in between. All right, let me know if you guys are following. Let me know if you're following. If you want to know what I'm reading from my resources, right? I'm going to drop this link in YouTube because that's the only place I can drop the link at because I'm kind of like technology illiterate a little bit. You can download the resource for free and either follow along with what I'm doing, or you can just have it for yourself, right? Intro to Tarot, and it's a free download, right? I got the slide up and the tarot deck out. All right, now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm glad that you got it. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so we just went over the aces through tens, and we're going to move into the Golden Dawn skill set. So Golden Dawn produce the tarot decks that are considered family to one another. The Rider-Waite, the Hermetic deck, which I use and I love. It's very detailed, explicit, even with it being black and white. It's a lot of information in these. And the Thoth deck, which we all know, we've seen the memes. The Thoth deck is very hard to interpret. So if you can master the Thoth deck and the Hermetic deck, I think that you can pretty much roll with any deck out there, right? As long as you have the fundamental basis of what the tarot cards genuinely and fundamentally mean. You can use any deck, right? So these decks have attributes and features on them, just like I talked about, that you may not find on other decks. For example, they may have Hebrew letters, planets, zodiac signs, and elementals on both the Thoth and Hermetic deck. Learning these features is guaranteed to step your skill set level up to above average standards amongst your tarot reading peers. I haven't even begun to get into every single symbolism on the card. Like I've yet to, I've studied Hebrew a little bit, but not as much as I would like to be able to apply it to the tarot. So I've still got so much to learn, right? And just like I said earlier, when I was doing the free readings, that learning tarot is a lifelong thing. If anybody ever tells you that they mastered it, I would be like, okay, whatever. You know, I really wouldn't believe them. I'm sorry. All right, moving right along. So suits, elements, and timing techniques, right? So you can tell a certain amount of time with the decks. Wands represent days or spring. So like say you pull the Two of Wands, it could literally represent in 2 days, or it could represent spring, or it could represent two springs, which is 2 years, right? If you really want to do that. I tend to try to stay away from the far future. So like I would say 2 days or spring. Swords is weeks or autumn. Cups is months or summer. Pentacles is years or winter. For those numbered ace to 10, simply combine the suit and the number of the card. For example, 5 of Wands indicates 5 days, or more broadly, spring, just like I gave the example earlier. For the court cards, the timing of the event may depend on another person. However, you can still gauge an approximate indication of time using the suits. The timing of the cards gets so deep, it can pinpoint down to the hour, right? And there will be a more advanced coming. Not soon, but it will be coming. Swords, right? 2 is September, 3 is October, 4 is November. For Wands, 2 is March, 3 is April, 4 is May. For Cups, 2 is June, 3 is July, 4 is August. For Pentacles, 2 is December, 3 is January, and 4 is February. If you notice that they coincide with, well, not really. I'm about to say, because depending on the information, sometimes Wands can be summer, spring can be Cups. And the way how they got this information, they got Cups as summer and Wands as spring. So it doesn't matter. I generally do Wands as summer and Cups as spring. It just feels better for me. So whichever way you want to do it doesn't matter, as long as it makes sense to you. Tarot and astrology. So the swords is belongs to air, the air element, and the zodiac represented by that is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, right? They're all air signs, kind of floaty type personality. Maybe sometimes, is that a ginger beer? Yes, it is ginger beer. Yep. Yes, it is. I had a taste for it when I went to the supermarket last night. But yeah, air signs, kind of flighty. They don't like being tied down. Any advice on how to deal with my Capricorn? He's going to, oh, I'm not doing any questions, love. This is a workshop. All right. So yeah, air signs are kind of flighty. They don't like to be held down. They don't like you to tell them what to do. They tend to be stubborn, and they just look at things from a completely different perspective. Sometimes they may have an aloof type personality, depending on the alignment in their chart, right? Suda Wands deals with fire element. That's Aries, Leo, and Sag. Now think of any Aries, Leo, or Sag you know, and you tell me if they don't remind you of fire, right? We all know how Leos are. We know how Sages are. These are all people who are outgoing, kind of like to be the center of attention a little bit, very opinionated, but in their tempers, right? So think about that Aries or Leo or Sag in your life, and you definitely can relate to how they are affiliated with the fire element. So the cups is represented by water, right? Water, and that deals with like feelings and emotions. And so Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are represented by cups. And so again, think about a Cancer, think about a Scorpio or Pisces and see if they weren't like emotional or, just wishy-washy type, going with the flow of things, just, literally, going with the flow sometimes. Pisces kind of don't like to rock the boat. They're not confrontational. So again, going with the flow. Lastly is the Suit of Pentacles, which is Earth, right? Earth sign, grounded. It's right there in your face, right? And so Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, right? Pretty much straightforward, blunt, in your face type of thing. Slow type grind, patient, have attitudes, and earth signs are stubborn too, in a different kind of way. Let me see. We're moving on. So we're still dealing with tarot and astrology. So Aries, right? Aries. Now we're going to get into the definitions and how the zodiac can be interpreted. Your sign, right? Let's see here. Aries deals with dynamic manifestation. That means kind of like you're getting blessings, but it's like here and then maybe another 3 weeks, something else good, and then maybe another 2 months, something else good comes. So dynamic manifestation, energetic growth, birth of new potential, right? Taurus represents stability, security, self-substantiation, meaning I can take care of myself. Expression, permanence. Permanence meaning I can weather the storm. I can continue this, right? I can continue on. Gemini deals with mental expansion, self-development, connectivity, union, duality, right? Twins, duality, one or the other. We all know some Geminis that's sweet and then they're like mean as hell, right? Cancer, internalization, emotional bonding, birth, giving form to that within. Cancers like to internalize things and then they may blow up. Leo, outward expression of self, courage, creativity, strength, determination, right? Also possessive, right? Very possessive, territorial, right? Virgo deals with harvesting, integration, self-realization, analysis, self-improvement, right? Libra deals with balance, karmic law, weight and measure, practicality. Scorpio deals with desire, passion, regeneration, renewal, decay. Sagittarius deals with expansion, transformation, spiritual awareness. Capricorn deals with materialization, order, structure, sacrifice, achievement. Aquarius deals with higher mind, relatedness, selflessness, unity, consensus. Pisces deals with spiritual waters, the psychic realm, dreams, faith, and sacrifice. Oh man, my nephew coming home. I already hear him. I gotta finish this up. Oh, it's not them. Okay. So elementals and planets. All right. Fire deals with intuition, it's spirit, it's action of the will, it's inspiration, it's creativity, it's energy, it's initiative, and goal directed activity. That is fire, which is also wands. Remember, earth deals with sensation or feeling, materiality, strength, endurance, growth, reliability, practicality, accumulation, right? Air deals with thinking, thought, spoken and written communication, strife and conflict, expressions of the mind. Water deals with feeling, the action of the emotions, love and affection, dreams, desires, fantasies, pleasures, friendship, social activity, romance, and receptivity. So just sit back and think. Think about your own zodiac sign. Think about your sun sign. If you know your moon sign, think about your moon sign. If you know your ascending, think about your ascending. If you're one of those people that are deep into your chart, think about your alignment. My Mercury's in Capricorn. My whole chart is like Capricorn. So it's like I'm just rigid, uptight, I have to learn how to, show emotion and not just be in business mode all the time and just be so serious. So once you start understanding all of this stuff, you can apply it to you and then you can apply it to the car. It just makes everything, you just understand more. You know what I mean? Like you just get a better understanding of who you are as a person, um, you know, as well as learning tarot. Why did I just switch that? All right. Elementals and planets continuing. So we got the sun that deals with self-consciousness and the will. That's the will is like what wills us to do, why we are here, what gets us moving, the will. Moon is our emotional self. It's our imagination. It's our instinct. If they don't stop, if they don't go out there. Mercury deals with individual mind, intellect, and reason, right? Also communication. Venus deals with desire, nature, love, relatedness, pleasure, material prosperity. Mars deals with vital energy, sexuality, and ambition, right? So if you always got Mars coming up in your readings, either and you're already on the grind, you're already doing what you got to do, then it can be talking about a little bit of sexual aggression. Jupiter deals with expansive growth energy and good fortune, and Saturn deals with materiality, restriction, limitation, and self-unknown. Saturn is going to make you learn about yourself, right? And we are currently in Saturn retrograde, which making sure nobody else has any questions. All right, keep it moving. Elementals and planets. Elemental fire is judgment, right? As far as the major arcana, it's represented by judgment. The elemental earth is represented by the world card. Elemental air is represented by the fool card. Elemental water is represented by the hangman. Those are the actual representation of fire, earth, air, and water. Judgment, world, fool, and hangman, right? The planets now, and as far as the major arcana and what they represent, Mercury is represented by magician. So not only when you pull the magician card, it represents, having all the resources that you need, making sure nobody's playing games and lying to you. It also represents communication, right? The moon represents the high priestess. Venus represents the empress. Jupiter represents the wheel of fortune. Mars represents tower. Sun represents the sun. And Saturn represents the world. And so Saturn is just going to hit you with everything in the physical realm, right? And that's why it limits and challenges and obstacles revolve around Saturn, because Saturn is literally the world. Hey, I finally got somebody on my Facebook group. What's good? All right. So, star signs. Aries is the emperor. Taurus is the Hierophant. Gemini is the lovers. Cancer is the chariot. Leo is the strength card. Virgo is the Hermit. Libra is Justice. Scorpio is Death. Sagittarius is Temperance. Capricorn is the Devil. Aquarius is the Star. Pisces is the Moon. Again, look back and reflect on your zodiac sign. Like, for instance, I'm a Sun Capricorn, so I'm represented by the Devil. I'm Moon Taurus. I'm represented by the Hierophant. And my ascending is Cancer. I'm represented by the Chariot. So literally, I for you, like if I wanted to tell about somebody's personality, just pulling those cards, me, the Devil, I'm tempted by material things. You know what I mean? I have to know when to not be an opportunist. I have to make sure that I don't indulge into things that are just gonna fuck me up, drugs, sex. I don't know, just overindulging in luxuries and always wanting to, you know, how would I say it? I don't know. Just that business mind all the time is not good. Taurus Moon, the Hierophant, always wanting to learn. Always wanting to learn things about my culture, where I come from, religion, school in general. The Hierophant is about learning. Cancer Ascending, the Chariot. I'm just going to continue to push forward no matter what. No matter what happens to me, I'm going to move forward. I could do it crying, freaking snot, tears dripping on my face. I'm still moving forward. Nothing breaks my drive, right? Oh, quiet. Sorry, y'all. All right. They just came back from going fishing. You're here. All right. Oh, wait. You saw a bigger fish. Okay. All right. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Where? I can see you. Huh? Huh? Oh, okay, it's basically over. So this is it. So how to master tarot. As with anything, tarot takes practice. Best practice is to study one card for 3 days each. It should take you the same time it takes to make a baby to have studied each card, which is 9 months. Pull a card a day to help with guidance throughout the day. Read for people who will allow you to read for them. Start by asking for reviews, then do donations. And this can lead up to you doing paid readings. Carry your deck everywhere. You got to create a bond, right? Practice laying out a spread and creating a story with the cards as we practiced in the first part of the workshop. Don't get discouraged, and you need to do self-work on your intuition, root and sacral work more so than third eye. All right, so that concludes this first workshop. Thank you guys for being a part of it. If you want more information and more resources on tarot, I've got more stuff for you guys, right? So check out my resources. Let me know what you think about this workshop. I'm going to leave this up for a little bit, but then it's coming down because it's supposed to be a no replay type video, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and go because my little guy's going to get loud and I'm not going to be able to concentrate. So bye, Facebook. Out on Facebook, Instagram. I'll talk to you later. All right. Thank you so much, you guys, like I said, for participating in the workshop. I hope that you were able to learn something from this. If you learned something, let me know. Drop it in the comments. And like I said, I will talk to you later. Don't forget to text Mystic, MYSTIK, to 31996 so that you can know when I'm going live and if it's a free reading or if it's a free workshop, okay? All right, I'm going to talk to y'all later. All right, that was perfect.